Hey folks, Mark here again. Still running with cops. Um, Related to lawful orders that we did the other time, and please go watch that video. There is a tendency of people to argue with cops because I don't understand. Okay. Now, part of the reason that people get in trouble with cops is they use I don't understand as a stalling tactic to disobey or refuse lawful orders. Yeah, we get into this problem. While a cop does have to give you a reason, right, or he has to announce why something is happening, like why you're talking to him, there's it's not on demand. Okay. Now, as a courtesy, the cop will tell you immediately. Okay. That's the cop. It's like, hi, the reason I pulled you over is that you were speeding. Okay. Now, what's important to understand, this isn't informing you. Okay. This falls under the requirements and the standards that the cops have to operate under. Okay. They do have to communicate why they're stopping you. Okay. Now, doesn't have to happen immediately. Doesn't have to be something that you understand. Your awareness, your agreement with his reasons are not required. Okay? So, if cop tells you I pulled you over because of speeding, because you were speeding, and this, by the way, is often being recorded, okay? Which means he has just met his criteria to give a good and legal reason for why he stopped you. You were breaking the law, you were speeding, okay? Now is not the time to argue with the cop about that, okay? So the officer says, I pulled you over for speeding. It's like, I was not! That's a good way to fail the personality test. Okay. Um, a lot of this is the requirements that he has in order to build a case and to present a case and to show that proper protocols were followed. Okay. This directs a lot of their behavior. Now, if a cop tells you, I pulled you over, because, we're looking for a vehicle that, your car matches the description. I was watching the video of the woman who shot the cop and then got herself shot. The cop told her, it's like, why are you stopping me? And he goes, well, this car is registered to a known drug dealer who has warrants. Yeah, but why are you stopping me? You're driving it, bitch. Okay. It's one of those, I didn't know you were driving it until I pulled you over. It's not him. But I had good and legal reason to pull you over. So the thing is, especially with middle class white people, they believe they can argue with a cop, they can demand the cop explain stuff so they can understand. Okay. Yeah, a guy named Upton Sinclair once said it's difficult to make a man understand something when his livelihood or his income relies on him not understanding. Okay. Twist this around a bit and you'll find out that a whole lot of people don't want to understand because they know they got caught doing something wrong and it's going to cost them. So they're going to try and weasel or argue their way out. Don't. If you were speeding and you know you did it, okay, fine. The way not to escalate the situation is cop to it and say, okay, fine, give me the ticket. No problem. If you think you want to argue with it, argue it in court. Now, that tends to piss off people. But again, I've said this before, you need emotional self-control dealing with the cops. You don't want to try and prove your superiority to the cops. We'll talk about elitism in another video, but that one, you want to know how to tick off a cop, do that. Well, I just don't understand why you pulled me over. I'm a perfectly competent driver. You were speeding. Yeah, but I know how to drive. Just don't go down that road. Again, if you're given a lawful order, you have to follow it. Even if you're giving a legal reason, even if you don't agree with it. And honestly, let's be true, a lot of times, the cop will make shit up just to be on record. He took a look at you and it's like, I bet if I stop that person, they're going to have drugs in the car, which tells you not to do that stupid stuff. Or if you do, hide it. And then they, you pull up, you get pulled over, and it's like, and why do you stop me? It's like, well, you failed to turn, or a signal when you turned. Yeah, it's a BS reason. Okay. But if you know it's a BS reason, okay, that sets the tone. You go, click, he's on a fishing expedition. Okay. So now how you play that game is very, very much going to determine the outcome. Don't give him reason. Okay. So even if the reason is BS and you know it, that just tells you you're now playing a different game.